Now that Alex Trebek's final episodes are being aired this week, what is your Jeopardy moment? Alex Trebek showing up on the SNL skit of Jeopardy. Awesome. It wasn't Black Jeopardy, right? No. It was like an SNL anniversary of it or something. Norm Macdonald reprised his role as Burt Reynolds. You mean Turd Ferguson? Deep, defeated sigh. Yes, Turd Ferguson. It's funny. Which was the whole reason he wrote/adapted the sketch, so he could do his Burt Reynolds impersonation. It's funny because all of Norm Macdonald's impersonations sounded pretty much the same. Which may have been intentional. I was on the show as a contestant about 5 years ago, and you know that part during the final credits roll, where the contestants are chatting with Alex and you can't hear what they're saying? I had a conversation with him about dinosaurs. It was like 30 seconds long, but talking to Alex Trebek about dinosaurs remains one of the coolest things I've ever had the privilege to do. I have always wondered what the contestants talk about with Alex. He always seems so genuinely engaged with everyone. In the green room beforehand, the showrunners told us that during the credits sequence, he'll chat with you about whatever. Feel free to engage with him. So on any given day, he might be chatting about anything. During commercial breaks, he'll chat with the audience and take questions from folks who have them. He came across as a very personable, approachable guy who genuinely loved his job. What is we, heart, you, Alex? Came here for this. And he gets all choked up. Floodgates. That is probably the most genuinely heartfelt gesture and response I've ever seen on TV. Given Alex's reaction, it was certainly totally unscripted. F cancer. Sorry, but your answer must be in the form of a question. Trebek was a class act right to the end. I remember one win where all three contestants answered incorrectly and so the winner took it because they wagered the least. Trebek says tune in tomorrow and see if so-and-so can earn a win. Beautifully savage, Alex. He was good with the surprise sass. He was better at it on Classic Concentration in my opinion. Watching Classic Concentration on Buzzer lately and holy crap, Trebek was a savage. He tore people apart. In hideous sweaters too. I moved away from my best friend and was afraid I would never meet anyone else who I could connect with like them. We used to watch Jeopardy together every few nights. One day a coworker invited me to come over for dinner. They asked if I wanted to watch TV, and I said sure. Then they put in Jeopardy, and I knew everything was going to be okay. Jeopardy and chill. What is Leslie Knope's fantasy, Alex? Jeopardy, the new friend maker, smiley face. I loved watching how those monitors for the questions changed over time. Look back at older episodes, those are some ancient-looking TV sets. You should have seen the original, in the 60s, with Art Fleming where they used cue cards covered by another card with the dollar amount. The home version was the same way and was a pain in the ass to set up. Here's one of the original Art Fleming version. Web link. And his announcer was Don Pardo, later of SNL fame. Both were in the video for Weird Al's I Lost on Jeopardy. Reminds me of watching Wheel of Fortune as a kid. Vanna used to manually turn rectangular blocks when people guessed the right letter S. Which was the only reason they needed her there in the first place. The whole spend your winnings on the dumbest decorations after every game was awful too. By the Dalmatian. Even from 10 years ago. The changes are nuts to see. Ken Jennings, what is a hoe? One of my favorite moments too. Here's the link. Web link. Oh, the Clue writers must have had their fingers crossed that this would happen when they made this one. Ken said on his website that he's almost certain the writers worded it that way to elicit that response, but he couldn't resist saying what is a hoe to Alex Trebek. My guy wouldn't have gotten it wrong otherwise, you can tell by his goofy crap-eating grin he needed to say it. Oh, for sure. He also mentioned that the guy who guessed correctly, Al, was going to also answer what is a hoe, but Alex beat him to the clicker. Turns out Al was a minister and told Alex after the show that if he had said that on TV, his congregation would have never let that go. To this day I've never heard anyone called a rake. You got to dig deep into Bob Dylan's lyrics. Tolling for the rebel, tolling for the rake. From Chimes of Freedom. Rakish good looks. No, well that one always annoyed me because Jennings wasn't wrong. I think the judges reviewed the answer later on, after the taping, and said that Jennings was correct. Nice choice, A-OK hand. Came here to post this. I hope he is the new host. They're going to cycle though guest hosts while they decide on a permanent replacement, but Jennings will be the first. Winning 2 shows in a row, running a couple categories completely in the zone. One of my former students' daily champion. I was so proud. 2-day champ up in here. Watching it with my nerdy family, getting whole categories of Asian history, literature, and wordplay down solid, but when the football category came up we were the same as the contestants who let the time run out for every question. I loved this one, especially how Alex started mocking them as it was plainly apparent that not a single one of them had the slightest clue about football. I can tell you guys are big football fans. Do you think we should go to commercial? Let's look at the $1,000 clue, just for the fun of it. One of my most favorite episodes. It was so funny. I love those categories that none of the contestants get. It'll be like 1930s Czechoslovakian literature written by black men or some other incredibly specific topic, and one contestant will dip their toes in the water with the $200 question and it'll time out with no answers. Maybe another contestant will get radical and pick the $400 and get it wrong, and then the round will end with either 4 or 5 of those still on the board. 1930s Czechoslovakian literature written by black men. Or one of the contestants is the foremost expert on it and clears out the category. Or it's James and he gets it anyways even though he has no business knowing that. Civil servants, stamps from around the world, mothers and sons, beer, bar trivia, celibacy. What were the categories when Cliff Clavin appeared on Jeopardy in an episode of Cheers? Opposite for me. As a big sports freak, the sports categories always made me hop up and down. The answer is Tom Landry, idiots. Of course I'm clueless about all the smart categories, so there's that. Yes, this guy plays Jeopardy correctly. For my heathen family it was the biblical categories. Lol, everyone in my family went to Bible school. Biblical categories were dominated in my household. I'm friends with a guy who won a gold medal in the Olympics. We were sitting around watching Live Jeopardy and the answer on screen was this person won the gold medal for _ event in the 2008 Olympics. It was about him, and was very surreal. Did you get the answer correct? How the F would anyone know that? Did he knew he was going to be a clue on Jeopardy prior to watching that episode? He had no idea. That's so wicked cool. What a cool moment for him and y'all. Now, we always try to guess the answer no matter how vague the final category topic might be. That's awesome. Did you go "who is this guy?" and make finger guns at your friend? Pew pew pew. Zoop. Did someone get it right as well? I'm guessing Glenn Eller for double trap. Because Phelps wouldn't be surprised at being an answer. And those are the only 2 dudes I can find that were Jeopardy clues regarding gold medals in Beijing. According to my research, your friend is either Michael Phelps or Roger Federer, since those 2 are the only correct questions resulting from answers of the format you said above. X was the gold medal winner in 2008. How'd I do? Edit, missed one. If you meant the gender-neutral guy, which I don't think you do, but for the sake of completeness, here we go. It could also have been Nastia Lugan. Edit 2, it has been pointed out that I may have read Op's post wrong. The way it was worded, it was hard to tell what the question should be, person or event. In context, event makes more sense, with the person's name in the question, so here is a more realistic list of potential athletes, with women included and labeled: Glenn Eller, Mariel Zagunis, F. Sean Johnson, F. Sue Bird, F. Jong Won Won, F. Sammy Wanjiru, listed for completeness, can't be him because he died before his question aired, or Andreas Thorkildsen. Unless original post changed the gender and year, Olympic, gold, and 2008 are brought up together 9 times in Jeopardy clues. Of those 9, the only male answer is Michael Phelps. However, if you swap out 2008 for Beijing, you get Glenn Eller as the $800 clue in the DJ round. I'm going out on a limb and saying that's probably the right one, because in what world doesn't Phelps think he's going to be a Jeopardy clue X times over? Actually, Federer was an answer as well, if you read through all the clues for 2008 Olympics, see June 12, 2011. As for Glenn Eller, he doesn't fit the context of Ops post, since he specified that his friend was the question to the answer as given on the show. So I'll amend. Either 1. Original post is friends with Phelps or Federer. 2. Original post deliberately or accidentally got the year wrong. 3. Ops friend was in the answer, rather than being the question. Just found it, and they never say gold in the Federer question. I think what you're missing in the original post is simply that this person won gold. The words this person are simply a placeholder for Ops friend. Which makes the most sense. Because both Federer and Phelps would very much expect to be a clue. Do you have a database of all Jeopardy questions? That's pretty cool. Over 400,000 clues are in. Web link. I'm glad I'm not the only person who read this and then immediately went to J-Archive to figure out who it was. Seeing as the guy seems American, he's either friends with Michael Phelps, unlikely, since Phelps didn't win a gold medal, he won many, he's misremembering, or it's a lie. The thing is, Jeopardy questions aren't particularly obscure, and some random unknown who won a single gold medal in 2008 wouldn't be a fair Jeopardy question. Edit. Wait, I solved the mystery. I took 2008 out of the search query and replaced it with Beijing. He was friends with Kobe Bryant. Sorry for your loss. Saw that clue as well, but since the answer wasn't about Kobe winning a gold medal, I discounted it. Unless, as you said, original post was mistaken/lied about the answer, either whether the friend's name was in the answer/question or whether the clue was really about winning/the gold medal or they misrepresented the year to protect the friend's identity. Growing up, my dad's friend would always do backflips over him and a couple of other guys at the ice skating rink. When my dad went to his basement, he saw the gold medal hanging from the wall. It turns out my dad's friend's dad was an Olympic gold medalist in figure skating. So I'm watching Jeopardy with my mother and they reveal the final Jeopardy category before cut to commercial. Category is US Senate. I bet the question will be what is filibuster to my mom with the condition that if I am right I get ice cream from a local ice cream shop. It was some good ice cream. My husband had a similar final Jeopardy moment. Final category is US landmarks and he yells out Mount Rushmore. Yep, that was the answer, and now he yells out Mount Rushmore as a joke sometimes whenever the category is announced. My husband did a similar thing with a final answer was purple. Now, we always try to guess the answer no matter how vague the final category topic might be. Was the category colors that end in herbal? YouTube link. I did this once. Category was something along the lines of ships and yelled out the Carpathia. Before the commercial break. Every time I watch Jeopardy, I try and make guesses to what the question will be just based on the category. I've gotten a couple right but most are way incorrect. I pulled off that feat tonight minus the ice cream. Saw the 16th century literary character category, reasoned it was not Shakespeare without specifying him in the category and also reasoned it would be a guessable title character. That brought me to say Don Quixote before the clue was revealed. I try to throw out a guess answer based only on the category too. Every once in a while I'll get it, but usually am way off. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.